Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another first impressions video. Yes. So, if you are a regular watcher, you will know that in my last video, I received a small haul. The small haul contained 2 full bottles. One was Enchanted Forest by the Vagabond Prince, and the other was Labs from the House of Unum by Filippo Sorcinelli. But in this haul, I also received some samples that I bought from Essenza Nobile. They decant all of the fragrances they sell on the website, I believe. I think there's a few out of stock, but that might just be stock issue, I don't know. I'm not sponsored, never sponsored. I bought these and I'm happy to buy them. Service is great. They use DHL. If you spend over a certain amount, you get free shipping, which I did because fuck shipping. And in the next couple of videos, we are going to do some first impressions on the samples that I bought. In front of me, I have 3 of the 7 samples I bought. And they are Profumum Roma Sorriso, Profumum Roma's Olibanum, and MAAI, MAAI by Bogue. So, this will be a nice little niche adventure that we are going on, won't it? We will be doing what we usually do and start by sampling on stick, and if anything impresses, we'll try it on skin. Let's see. So, we will start with Sorriso. I saw a video by My World of Fragrance the other day where she did her top chocolatey fragrances, and this was on it. I am quite looking forward to smelling this. I do like a chocolatey note. Ooh. So, according to the old Fragrantica, this was released in 2013. It has dark chocolate, vanilla, fucking exotic woods, and bitter orange. The fuck is an exotic wood? Anyway. Good spray. These are 3ml samples as well, by the way. So if you think they're a bit dear, bear in mind that they're 3ml. I like that. You get a good wearing out of them. It's an unusual size because it's usually 2 or 5ml, isn't it? But anyway, let's have a smell. Well, it certainly is vanilla, and it certainly is dark chocolate. It smells like ice cream. You know, Neapolitan ice cream without the strawberry. If they put strawberry in this, it would be Neapolitan ice cream. It's nice, it's vanillic. You would have to like vanilla fragrances, though. You know? You couldn't wear this if you didn't. It's got that, I really don't want to say it, but I'm going to. It's got that cheap ice cream kind of vibe. And these fragrances ain't cheap. It's very vanillic. It's very... The dark chocolate isn't dark. But it is chocolatey. It's like a cocoa powder. The chocolate feels light rather than dark. It could be mixing like vanilla and chocolate and coming out somewhere in between sort of thing. Like the vanilla's making the chocolate lighter. It doesn't really feel like the chocolate's making the vanilla darker though, which is a problem, you know? There's a lot of lift to this. There's a lot more vanilla. Imagine like 4 scoops of vanilla and 1 scoop of chocolate. It's there, but it ain't It ain't huge. Now, I'm not expecting this to change because every Profumum Roma fragrance I have smelled has never changed. Or minimal changes. There's no transition, there's no top, middle, or bottom, everything's sort of, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all, you know? Sorry, I'll just move you out a little bit there. The idea of having a collection is that you don't have collections full of like one type of fragrance, you know? You have a nice broad spectrum. But this is not worth the price that Profumum Roma ask. And it isn't very interesting, frankly. If I want to smell this, I'll go into like a milkshake bar or like somewhere that sells chocolates that aren't wrapped up. You know, it's got that thin chocolate on the air kind of vibe. A little bit disappointed by that. I was hoping it was going to be thick and deep and like it's a little bit creamy, but it's not hugely creamy. You know, it's not like a thick resinous kind of gloopy number. You know? Sorry, I've completely mixed that up. That is Sorriso. Next, we will do MAAI by the House of Bogue, or Bogue, if you like. Now, a lot of talk about this, and I've always been interested because it was massively hyped by some certain people, and it was a lot, but it was a while ago, you know. I think this house is the one that does Mem as well. So I've got that somewhere. I might even have this somewhere as well, but I've forgotten it if I have. It was launched in 2014, and the perfumer is Antonio Gardoni, I beg your pardon. Let's see what we can smell. I haven't checked the notes yet. Ooh. That is starchy. Something a little bit sort of aldehydic, musky. Let's have a whiff. Oh, the aldehydes in that are sharp. What else has it got in it? Aldehydes, tuberose, jasmine, rose, civet, resins, and musk. Right, so I'm not getting the civet. I'm getting some kind of heat, which I think civet can give to fragrances sometimes. I'm getting a lot of dryness. You know, like the aldehydes, the musk. Very dry. Some of the tuberose as well. You know what this smells a bit like? Do you know, some people have this reaction and some people don't. You know when you're doing the ironing and you're doing a lot of ironing, right? And it, for some reason, it makes the air very starchy and very sort of dry, and it gets the back of your throat. I'm getting that from this. Like, excuse me whilst I hydrate. Oh, it's almost caustic. That is bone dry. It's not altogether unpleasant, but you've got to like white florals and aldehydes. It's very... Imagine Chanel number 5 without all the wetter facets to it. You know, all the stuff that gives it that creaminess, all the stuff that gives it that kind of glow and warmth. This is like... This is a bitter and twisted number 5. It's not altogether unpleasant. It's very, very aldehydic. A little bit green. Like dry green though. Salty. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of leather from it now. Interesting. I'll be interested to come back to that. It's not something I would ever wear. But interesting smelling experience, that. Very dry. Like, that's very niche. You know when people talk about niche perfume? That is niche. That's taking an idea and making it your own sort of thing. Removing parts and adding parts. You know? Oof. Infinitely more interesting than the Sorriso. So, moving on. Last but not least for today. Profumum Roma's Olibanum. This was released in 2006. I imagine you've seen a reformulation or two. Let's have a look. Oof, it's got the paper wet. What are your notes? Incense? Well, I'm shocked. Myrrh, sandalwood, and orange blossom. Incense, eh? Who would have thunk it? It's very soft. There's the incense. It's coy, this. It's very coy. Dry, but not salty dry. Fresh. There's something lurking between them. I like this. I'll be trying this on skin. The other two, not so much. I'm going through a bit of an incense phase at the minute, you know. I'm getting that myrrh. This is the same myrrh, or a very similar myrrh to the one that's in Bois d'Argent by Dior. I was dying to say Chanel there. Dior. Creamy, light, fresh kind of thing. It could be because it's mixed with sandalwood. But imagine taking the iris out of Bois d'Argent and adding incense. And this came out a couple of years after Bois d'Argent. There could be some sort of tribute thing going on here. Fresh, deep. I like that. I really like that. I really, really like that. It's very nice. Smelling like Bois d'Argent. It's not a bad thing. So, back to the beginning. Sorriso. But that's really, really, really average. It's not poor. It's not bad, but it smells a little childish. It smells young. It smells a little bit creamy. It's vanillic. There's no serious amount of chocolate in there, and it's certainly not dark chocolate. It's not sweet. It's more got that kind of milkiness. You know, you get like different kinds of milk, and some milk is more creamy than other milk. It's got that kind of. I'm not impressed by that. I'm not a fan of that, if I'm being perfectly honest. We will go back to MAAI, oh my, or MAAI. Right, so the aldehydes have calmed down now. Thank God. But it's still incredibly dry. That makes me want to take a drink. It smells almost caustic. You know, and that lye, do you know lye, Lye? It's got that. It's like a desiccant. I would, that's not something I would buy, but it's interesting at least. I'll give it that. If you're into white florals, aldehydes, and power, right? I would have a smell of that. I can appreciate that. I really can. Sorriso, not so much. This is nice. This is lovely. I am interested in this. I like this. Incensey, ambery, resinous. That's going on skin, friends. You may hear from that one again. And that is it for this video, friends. I will be doing another video maybe later today or tomorrow, doing the other 4 samples that I have that I purchased from Essenza Nobile. But until that time, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I will see you all again soon. Bye.